What would you do if you were elected about Aleppo?
About.
Aleppo.
And what is Aleppo?
You're kidding.
No.
Gary Johnson did not know what Aleppo was. So let's see if the average American does. Oh yeah, and in case you're wondering, Aleppo is the cultural capital of Syria.
Alright, so do you know what Aleppo is?
Yes, we do.
Alright, and can you tell me what Aleppo is?
Aleppo is in Syria.
Yeah.
It's the cultural center of Syria, now under attack.
Alright, thank you. Yeah. Have you heard of Aleppo before?
Never. I've never heard of Allepo before.
You've never heard of Aleppo?
No.
Alright. Have
Can
you
you
heard?
explain to me?
Yeah.
what it is?
So it recently came into the news as Gary Johnson, a presidential candidate, did not know what Aleppo was when he was asked the question. It's actually a city in Syria that's been rocked by the civil war, including ISIS and bombings from the Russians and Americans.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, so
Now
thank
I
you.
know.
Yeah. Thank you. So do you know what Aleppo is?
I have no idea.
All right, thank you. It's actually a Syrian city that's being rocked by terrorism and bombings, and presidential nominee for the Libertarian Party, Gary Johnson, did not know what Aleppo actually is. Right, so what Aleppo is?
Yes, it's a city in Syria.
Yeah, correct. And did you hear Gary Johnson when he did not know what Aleppo is when he was on MSNBC?
I heard about the interview.
All right, thank you. So, do you know what Aleppo is?
No, I do not know what Aleppo is.
All right, and you've never heard of Aleppo?
No.
All right, so it's a city in Syria that's currently being rocked by terrorism by ISIS and Syrian militias, and presidential nominee for the Libertarian Party, Gary Johnson, did not actually know what the city was when asked on MSNBC Morning Joe.
Oh, okay.
So thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
All right, so do you know what Aleppo is?
No, I don't. What's the name?
It's actually a city in Syria, and it's being rocked by U.S. airstrikes and Russian airstrikes with ISIS and Syrian militias. And at the time, it was the cultural capital of Syria, but now it's in bad shape. And recently on MSNBC, Gary Johnson, a presidential candidate for the Libertarian Party, did not know what Aleppo was. So thank you for your time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for the education. Really appreciate it.
So do you know what Aleppo is?
Yes.
All right, and can you tell me what Aleppo is?
Aleppo is a city in Syria, and recently it's been pretty badly damaged by all the fighting there.
Yeah, and did you hear Gary Johnson did not know what Aleppo was on MSNBC Morning Joe?
Who's Gary Johnson?
He's actually the Libertarian nominee for president, and he's gaining a lot of support from former Republicans who do not support Trump.
I did not know that, and it's a little embarrassing and discouraging to think that somebody running for president wouldn't know that.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your interest.
Yeah. Aleppo is?
I have no idea.
Oh, all right. It's actually a city in Syria, and it's been war-torn lately by U.S. airstrikes as well as Russian airstrikes and ISIS.
Wow.
All right. Thank you for your time. Oh, do you know what Aleppo is?
I do not.
All right. It's actually a city in Syria, and it's being war-torn lately by ISIS and U.S. and Russian airstrikes.
Okay.
And recently, presidential nominee for the Libertarian Party, Gary Johnson, did not know what Aleppo was. So we're just here to see if people would know what Aleppo was. So thank you.
Okay. I do not know what Aleppo is. I'm assuming most people don't either.
We've had like 75 to some
Really?
say they don't know what it is.
They don't know what it is. So a majority of people are saying they have no idea.
No.
So it seems like people just aren't educated about it. That's what the problem is.
All right,
Yeah.
so thank you for your time.
You're welcome.